Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to learn JavaScript by building an elegant interactive quiz app with JavaScript. This quiz app will track score, show progress, and deliver a beautiful result feedback, okay? This project is perfect for beginners looking to solidify their DOM manipulation skills by creating something practical. If that makes sense to you, then absolutely smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can get access to all of our videos in the future as they drop. So here's what we built today. Responsive quiz app with smooth animation, real-time scoring, and personalized feedback at the ending, okay? So let's break it down, starting with the project walkthrough. Then we are going to look at JavaScript quiz logic. And finally, we are going to see how we can handle score calculation and showing of results, okay? So let's start with the template walkthrough.
So what we have here is a HTML template that I've generated for this tutorial, okay? So this template is just a simple template for our quiz app, and what I just want to do is just walk you briefly through this template, okay? So let's go. We have our HTML tag, then we have our head tag that has our title, which is a JavaScript quiz app, and then we have a link element we use to link to an external CSS file, okay? We are going to look at that CSS file shortly. We have a header element, and inside of that header element, we have a H1 element that reads JavaScript knowledge quiz, and we have a paragraph element with a class of subtitle, and then that we nest a test your understanding of fundamental JavaScript concepts, okay? After that header, we have a div with a class of quiz container, and inside it, we nest another div with a class of quiz header, okay? Inside that div, we nest a div with a class of progress container, and this is going to hold our progress bar. And inside of the progress container, we have another div with a class of progress bar, okay, and an ID equals to progress. After that progress container, we have a span element with a class of question counter and an ID of question counter. We have a text 1/5 inside of it, okay? On the same level as the span element, we have an H2 element with an ID question, and we just have a default question inside of it, okay? So don't pay any attention to this question, because at the end of the day, we are going to use our JavaScript to load the first question, okay? After the quiz header, we have a div with a class quiz body, and inside of that quiz body, we have another div with a class options and an ID of options. Inside it, we have a comment. Options will be inserted here by JavaScript, and on the same level, we have a button with a class of btn and an ID of next button, which is disabled by default, and that button has a text of S question, okay? Then on the same level as the quiz header and the quiz body, you have a div with a class of results container and an ID of results container. Then inside of it, we have a div with a class of result icon and an ID of result icon, okay? You have a H2 with a class of score text and an ID of score text. You have a paragraph element with a class feedback and an ID of feedback. And then we have a button, the class restart and an ID of restart button. And we have a text inside of it, take quiz again. Okay, and finally, you can see that we have a script tag we are using to link to an external JavaScript file. I've not yet created that file, so we are going to do that shortly, okay? Now let's look at our CSS file. I'm not going to take my time to explain this file, because at the end of the day, this is just styling, and this is not a tutorial to show you how to use CSS, how to style an application, okay? So this is just the external CSS file that's responsible for controlling the looks of our website, okay? Now let's dive into the JavaScript, okay? How we are going to make this quiz app work. But before we do that, I just want to open this up in the browser so you can have a feel what our application looks like, okay? Let's just wait for that to finish loading up, and you can see we don't have any options, and our next question button is not working. That's because we've not taken our time to add our JavaScript. By the end of the day, we've added our JavaScript to this application. We are going to have nice looking app, okay? So let's dive into that.
Let me create an index.js page, and inside of this page, I will paste in a quiz data object. You can see the structure of the quiz data object. It is an array of quiz objects, and every quiz object has a question property, which is a string, an options property, which is an array of strings, and a correct property, which is a number. Next, we need to get access to some DOM elements required to build interactivity into the app. First, we will retrieve the quiz container by using the document.query selector. Then we retrieve the question element followed by the options element. Then we'll retrieve the next button. We'll retrieve the result container. We'll also retrieve the result icon. Then we'll retrieve the score text. We'll also retrieve the feedback element. We'll retrieve the restart button. We'll retrieve the progress bar element. And last but not the least, we'll retrieve the question counter. Next, we are going to declare some variables that will control the quiz state. We declare a current question variable which tracks the current question the user is answering. Then we declare a score variable which tracks the score of a user. We declare a selected options variable which tracks the option of a question the user selected. And finally, we declare a quiz completed variable which tracks whether or not the quiz has been completed. Next, I'm going to declare a function load question, and inside of this function first, we will retrieve the first question because current question is 0 whenever the app starts for the first time. Then we'll set the text content to be the question property of the first question we just retrieved. And then we'll set the inner HTML of the options element to be an empty string, okay? And that is effectively resetting all of the options. I will reset the state by setting the selected option to be null. Then I will disable the next button. I'll create a variable progress which calculates the user's progress over the quiz. Then we'll use it to adjust the width of the progress bar and set the text content of the question counter to track and update with the progress, okay? Now let's create the options for each question. We'll look through the options for each question, and for each of these options, we'll create a div element which I'll store in a variable option L. Take note, this is not the same as options element, okay? Then I'll add an option class to the element. I will set the inner HTML of the element to nest an input element, which is a radio button, and it's going to have a name of option, an ID, and a value, followed by a label for the radio button. This effectively enables us to select an option, okay? I'll add an event listener to the option element. Whenever it is clicked, we are going to fire a function, select option with the option L and the index of the option. Then we'll append the option L to the options L, okay? Now let's implement this selected option function. This function will accept two arguments. The first is an option L, while the second is an index. Inside the function, we'll check if the quiz has been completed and return from the function. If that is the case, this effectively halts the function execution, okay? Then we'll remove all previously selected options by first retrieving all the options elements from the DOM. Then for each of them, we'll remove the class of selected, while the checked property on the input field will be false. Then I will select the checked option by adding a class of selected to it and set the check property of the input field to be true. Then the selected option will be the index and the next button will now be enabled. Now we need to check if the answer is correct and move to the next question. And for that, I will declare a function next question. And inside of this function, I will check if the selected option is equals to null. And if that's true, we want to return from this function. Otherwise, I will check that the answer is the correct answer. Then I'm going to retrieve all the options. 3, I will look through all the options. And for each option first, we'll remove the selected class from all options. If the index is the index of the correct answer, then we want to add a class of correct to the class S. If the index is equals to selected option and the selected option is not the correct index, we want to add a class of incorrect to the option. If the selected option is the same as the correct index, then we want to increment the score counter. I will disable the next button and increase the current question counter. Now I will check if the current question is less than the quizData.length and continue loading the questions. Otherwise, we want to show them the results by calling the show results function. We now need to define this function, okay? I will define a function named show results, and inside this function, we will set the quiz completed to true while setting the display on the element to the class of quiz body to none. Then we'll calculate the user score percentage, and if it is equal or over 70, we will set the inner HTML of the result icon to be A. I will add the class of success to the result icon. Then I will set the text content of the result icon to be equal to great job. Else, if the percentage is greater than or equal to 40, we want the inner HTML of the result icon to be B. We will add a class of success to the result icon and the text content will be good effort. Otherwise, we set the inner HTML of the result icon to be C while adding a class of failure to the result icon, and then the text content will be keep learning. Then I will set the text content of the score text to be equal to a text that shows the user their score and set the width of the progress bar to be 100%. I will define another function, restart quiz, and inside of this function, I will set the current question to be 0, the score to be 0, and the quiz completed will be false. Then we'll set the quiz body to be visible by hiding the result container, okay? Then we'll retrieve all options, and for each of them, we remove the class of correct, incorrect, and selected, and then we are going to call the load question function. I will attach an event listener to the next button. Anytime it is clicked, we will call the next question function. I will also attach an event listener to the restart button, and anytime it is clicked, we are going to fire the restart quiz function. Now let's head over to the browser to check this out, okay? And now you can see that we have a nice looking app. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you found it useful and interesting. I'll leave a link to the project on GitHub in the description. Absolutely smash that like button and ensure you subscribe to the channel so you can get access to all of our videos in the future as they drop. And I'm going to see you in the next one.